Hi all, I'm Ollie, this is Simply Stitchy, and the question that we're looking at today is, are embroidery machines that just have 4x4 hoops really worth having? Let's get into it. This machine here is the Brother SE625. It's very similar to the Brother SE600 and the Brother SE630. It's also pretty similar to the embroidery machines that you can get that are specific to Marvel, Disney or even Star Wars, and they're all made by Brother as well. This is an entry-level embroidery sewing machine combination, and it comes with just one size hoop, which is 4x4, 4 inches by 4 inches. Now, there are a lot of people who say that to do embroidery on a sewing machine, the very minimum size of hoop you should have is a 5x7, simply because a 4x4 hoop is going to restrict you to doing designs that you can fit in the size of the hoop. The thing is, you could say exactly the same about a 5x7 hoop. Now, the difference and the reason why this size tends to be entry level is this machine is going to set you back between $360 to $390 depending on where you are and where you buy it from. A machine with a 5x7 hoop, on the other hand, is going to set you back anywhere between $800 and $1,000 depending on where you are, where you buy it from, and depending on the brand. Now, I can see the attraction of a 5x7 hoop because obviously it means you can do all the multitude of 4x4 patterns that are out there, as well as the 5x7 patterns. But once you get beyond what the 5x7 hoop can manage, you're looking at having to upgrade to a machine with a slightly bigger hoop, which is going to cost you more like thousands of dollars, rather than the entry level less than 400. The thing is, a lot of people who think that the 4x4 hoop is restricted, I'm not sure they're aware just how many 4x4 designs are available on the market. If you go for a Brother embroidery machine, you get access to their iBroidery website, which has got loads of different selections of normal embroidery designs and the character designs that they're licensed to sell, like Disney and Star Wars. There are also websites like embroiderers.com and embroiderydesigns.com, which do free and embroidery designs that you can purchase that you can load onto machines like this one, even though it's only got a 4x4 hoop. Your list is endless. This particular machine has got 80 built-in embroidery designs, and it comes with a CD that's got 200 designs on it, all suitable for a 4x4 hoop. Now, what I'm going to do now is put this machine through its paces to show you just how well a 4x4 hoop can handle an embroidery design and give you a result that you're looking for. So let's take a look at the machine and just see how it works. As I said, this is the Brother SE625. I'll put a link to this and the machines that it's similar to in the description box below for you, along with the other products that I'm going to use to make this next embroidery. They're all Amazon links. I'm an Amazon affiliate. You don't have to use the links. If you go and check the links out, it's not going to cost you a penny, but you will be able to see what the products look like, so you'll be able to know what you're looking for if you want to buy it from a brick and mortar store instead. Using the links does help me out. I get a little bit of a referral fee, and I appreciate it if you do use them. First thing that we're going to need to do, it's already set up with the embroidery unit, so it's just a case of switching the machine on. And you'll notice that not only does the little light here come on, but you get a viewable touchscreen here as well. You get some pretty little pictures on the touchscreen as like a screensaver, if you like. And then what you do to wake the machine up, you just touch it like that. It comes up with a little warning for you when you've got the embroidery unit attached, and you just kind of heard it move a little bit. What happens is it's saying it's going to move again, so basically keep your hands out of the way. So if I push OK, this little device here, the bit that holds the hoop, wiggled about a bit. If we take a closer look at the embroidery menu, you've got a choice of where you can access the designs from. You've got the built-in stitches, which are in here, and you can just move your way through those designs by using these direction arrows down here. If you want to go backwards, you just use the reverse button there, or the back button. Okay, you've got monogram designs on here as well, various different styles, and you've got capital letters, numbers, lowercase letters. Okay, and you've also got symbols, but you've also got the opportunity to put designs from outside of the machine onto here as well. Now you'll remember that I said earlier that this machine comes with a CD that's got 200 designs on it, and it's this little USB button on the same machine that's going to help you access that CD. This machine and the ones similar to it don't take CDs. The CD is for your computer. You load the CD into your CD or DVD drive on your computer and you can access the designs. However, because computers work on a different computer language to embroidery machines, you're not actually going to be able to open the files to look at them on your computer. In with the machine you'll get this, which is a embroidery design guide, and in here you will find pictures of what all the designs look like. So what you do when you've picked the design that you want to use is you grab yourself one of these. This is a memory stick or a pen drive or a USB stick. Now what you do with this is you pop it in a little hole on the side that takes USB sticks, like so. Now when you push that little USB diagram, it will access the USB stick. The embroidery language that this machine understands is .pes, because that's Brother's embroidery file format. And what you can do once you've accessed the USB stick is you can scroll through the different designs that you've got on there to select the one that you've downloaded either off the internet or off the CD. And I think we're going to go for that one. Okay, now you've got two pictures. I don't know if you can see that. I hope it's coming through okay. You've got two pictures of hoops there. You've got a really tiny hoop and you've got the 4x4 hoop. And that little, it's got a circle with a cross through it. That means you can't use the tiny hoop. You can only use the 4x4. Okay, we've got the design, so we're going to hit the set button to select it. And we can get to see what it looks like through the actual embroidery machine. And it's a little slothy, cute in it. Now you've got the option from here to keep it as the size that it is. If you want to make it a bit smaller, you can hit the size button, and instead of being 99mm, you can drop it down to, I don't know, 93. Okay, and when you're happy you've got it the size that you want, you just click OK. From here, if you wanted that to be like the other way up, for instance, you can rotate it through 90 degrees so that it turns it round like that. When you're happy you've got everything sorted out, just hit edit end, and then you can go embroidery. And now as soon as it starts showing you the different coloured threads that it needs to make this particular design, you're ready to start the machine doing the embroidery. There are a couple of things that we need to do before we can get the machine up and running, and obviously that's to thread it with some cotton, and obviously change the bobbin so I can make sure that I've got enough thread on there to finish the complete design, because it's it's not really got an awful lot of thread left on it. You can use any kind of thread on this machine. You can use a crisscross thread spool, you can use a straight wound thread spool, you can use all-purpose for doing embroidery, you can use specific embroidery thread. It doesn't really matter. The only thing that you've got to watch with this machine is the weight of the actual thread that you're using. Now, according to the manual, you can use thread that has a weight of between 30 and 90. The one thread that you can't use on this machine is a 20 weight, because this machine's not designed to cope with that weight of thread. I'm going to change the bobbin into this one. This is a pre-wound bobbin that came with the machine. You get 3 of these, and this is my last one. We'll take the bobbin that's in there out. Oops. Okay, now there's a little diagram on the machine that tells you which way round to put your bobbin in. Basically, you want to put it in that way round with the thread coming off anti-clockwise. When you've got the bobbin in the bobbin race, what you need to do with the thread is you need to bring it around to this little groove that goes down the front and just follow it through this little section here to the end, and it cuts the thread for you. Now that does 2 things. Number one, it makes sure that the thread is the right size for the machine. That's the minimum that it needs to work with. And number 2 is it actually holds the thread for you. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get the hoop ready. Now I've just got some blue fabric. This is a bit of fabric that I picked up from Walmart. It's just a fat quarter for 99 cents, I think it was. And basically what you do is you've got 2 pieces to this hoop. You've got the back of the hoop, which is the bit with a connection for the machine on it, and you've got the front of the hoop, which is this one. And you'll notice that these have got like little arrows which match up to the arrows on there. So basically that bit goes to the top. Okay, so what we do now is we put the fabric in. What you also need to use is stabiliser, and this helps keep the fabric straight and stable, if you like. You'll find that your hoop comes with a plastic grid, and this helps if you're embroidering on an existing item like a t-shirt or a hat or whatever. This will help you line up the fabric to the middle of the hoop, and then you can use this to make sure that your design is going to appear where you want it on your fabric. But because we're just using a box standard bit of fabric that's on its own, I don't have to line it up. All I need to do really is make sure that the fabric's straight up and down. So when you've got it where you want it, tighten. This works the same way as an embroidery hoop for hand stitching, and you just tighten it and tighten it, and every so often just give it a little bit of a tug just to stretch it out a little bit inside the hoop, and the stabiliser is underneath. And what you want is you want like a drum texture. The threads that I'm going to be using are these. I got these off Amazon. It's a set of Bro Thread embroidery threads. If we go back to the touch screen for a moment, it tells us quite a bit of information. It tells us what the finished design is going to look like. It also tells us that there's 12,226 stitches in this design, and it's going to take 33 minutes. But what it also tells you is what colour that you should be putting in first, and it gives you the next few colours in order of when you're going to be coming to use them. Now the numbers here, the 307, the 337 and the 800, match the numbers of the Bro threads in the box. So it's a simple case of matching the numbers to the colours. But you don't have to do this. If you're using all-purpose threads, you can go for a pinkish white, a a tan, brown, a red or a black. You don't have to match the colours exactly, you can use whatever colours you like. Right, so the first colour that we're looking for is 307 and it's this one. And it is in fact a linen colour rather than a pinkish white. The next thing to do is put the thread on the machine. And to do that, obviously you just pop it on the thread stand, grab your spool cap and whoops, pop it on the top. Next thing to do, this little thread guide here, you just click it in. You've got another guide here which it needs to go behind and towards the front, and then we've got the normal up and downy bit that you find on most sewing machines. There is a slight difference with this one. This is at its highest, that's the take up lever, it's in there, it doesn't come up any higher than that. You can't see it standing proud like you can on other sewing machines, and because of that you have to thread this one slightly differently. On most of my other machines all I do is I come down, up, just flick it over so it catches the take up lever and just carry on. You can't do that with this machine because if you just try and flick it over the top it doesn't catch. What you have to do is you have to go all the way down, come back all the way up and take the thread to the back of this groove and then come forward and it'll catch the take up lever. The next thing that we're going to want to do is there's a thread guide on the top of the needle bar that you need to push this into, like so. Okay, now this machine has got a gadget that I like a lot and it's the automatic needle threader, which is right there. Now the way that we use the automatic needle threader, it works slightly differently to the ones that I've got on my other machines, is you bring the thread into this little notch here and then number 7 here indicates the next thread guide, which just takes the thread over in that direction. Now if I turn the machine, see the faceplate for a moment, this is a thread cutter and it's got a little number 8 on the top of it. That is in fact the next part of the threading procedure. You put your thread in through there and just like with the bobbin it cuts the thread to the exact length you need it for this particular machine. On the faceplate you've also got this. This is what makes the needle threader go up and down. Now you don't have to be rough with it, you don't have to push it so hard that it goes into the middle of next week, and you don't have to let it go so fast that it shoots it off up towards the moon. It's a more delicate touch than that and it will work fine. What you do is, first of all, get your foot out of the way. There is one thing that I forgot to mention with this machine. It's got a feature that none of my other machines have got, which is obviously why I forget to use it every time. This is a push button sewing machine and this light here is green. The foot's down, it's ready to go. If I accidentally push this button before I'm ready to start sewing, it's going to start sewing, okay? And if your fingers are under there when it wants to do that, you're going to stitch yourself to your embroidery project, which is never a good thing to do. So there's a little gizmo on this menu over here and it's this button right there. What you've got is you've got a diagram of a foot with a needle and a little circle with an arrow. What that actually is it's a lock button. By pushing that button I have disabled the machine. Doesn't matter how much I push the needle go button, if you like, the machine's not going to move. This button here, I don't think you can see it on the screen, but it has actually now gone red. So if I push that, see, nothing happens at all. Now that we've got the machine in safe mode, we will carry on threading it. Okay, the foot needs to be down for this bit so that you can get the actual part of the foot where the needle goes through out of the way of the needle eye. And then all you have to do is just gently push this lever down and watch as the needle threader turns round and goes towards the needle, and then all you have to do is just gently and slowly let it go, and you'll see that the thread has gone through the needle. We're now ready to go, but our button here is still red, and the reason why it's still red is it's telling us that although we've threaded everything up and the foot's down, the machine's still not happy. There's still something that we need to do before it's able to sew, and what we need to do is unlock it. So we just push that button once again. We get the embroidery menu back and we get a green button over here. What I'm going to do with this design is I'm actually going to do it twice, one with stabiliser and one without, so that you guys can see the importance of using the stabiliser and making sure you're using the right one for your fabric. Is an embroidery machine with a 4x4 hoop worth having? In my opinion, absolutely yes. Not only will it give you a budget-friendly sewing machine, but you will also get the ability to embellish your creations with personalised embroidery, and you're not going to break the bank in doing so. A 4x4 hoop might sound small, but actually the number of designs that you can get that will fit into that hoop will keep you embroidering for months, and they will do the projects that you want to be able to do. You can even embroider Christmas stockings with them. Links to all the products that I've shown in this video are in the description box. Again, they're Amazon links. I'm an Amazon affiliate. You don't have to use those links, but if you do, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And why not go and check out some of the other videos that I've got on the channel at the moment using these links, or the links that I'll put in the description box for you. Whatever video you go and check out next, I hope to see you back here for the next one. And in the meantime, whatever you're sewing it with, embrace your creativity and have fun. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.